Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Zach. Here we talk about overlanding gear, builds, DIY, all sorts of stuff related to modifying your vehicle. Today I'm going to be showing you a couple things I'm tweaking on the C4 rear bumper, and the first being this mount. So if you remember a little while back, Harbor Freight kind of broke the internet a little bit with the release of the off-road Badlands jack, and they were willing to send me one. I did a couple of tests. People weren't super stoked with my review, but since then I use it pretty frequently. I use it around the garage. It rolls over like gravel and extension cords and things like that super easily, and it's super easy to maneuver, so it's nice to have around the garage. And I also kind of try to take it when I can on like group trips. So there was a winter trip that I helped kind of coordinate, and so I wanted to be prepared in case there was a problem, and I brought it along. But no matter what you're doing, taking this jack places is not the simplest thing to do. A lot of guys have chase racks in their trucks, and they have a spot specifically for this jack. It's pretty big, and I was hoping to mount this up on the C4 rear bumper because putting it inside of the vehicle just takes up so much space. So I want to give a shout out to Custom Motorsports in Las Vegas. They were nice enough to send me this mount. I've been kind of watching the online sort of Instagram rumors and murmurs and things to see who's going to come out with a jack bracket or mount for this system. And they were one that I saw, reached out to them, and wanted to test this out. So I'm going to showcase the mount to you guys. I don't know if there's really too many others on the market right now that are competing. Maybe there are, maybe there aren't, but this one looks to be solid, and it's made by a small business in the United States, which I'd like to support. And yeah, check this video out, and if you like it, I'll have a link down below where you can order this same exact bracket. But with that being said, we'll jump over to the top down, kind of look at this a little bit closer, and then I'm going to showcase how I mounted it on my C4 bumper and some things to just take into account when you're mounting this up on your vehicle. So that being said, let's jump right into it. So this bracket for the Badlands jack comes with a couple of slots here that are already cut out and designed for mounting if you have this sort of availability. However, there's only certain spots on the C4 swing out, and I'm going to be drilling through this instead of the swing out arm. So this is bed lined really nicely, but we're going to have to drill some holes in it, and then hopefully we can paint up those holes so that they don't get too rusty. And we'll get this all sorted so that we can put it on the vehicle. Same with this single jerry can, because right now I have a dual jerry. We're gonna swap out the dual for a single and then put this side by side, just like so. It should take up about the same amount of space, and it will allow me to still have my Sandy Cat's water system in this jerry can. So you can see on the back we've got a few of these holes drilled, so hopefully I can find a spot where I can mount this up easily and we don't have to worry about mounting this to the swing out. So probably drilling custom holes, hopefully not, but might be drilling custom holes in this as well. And then this is the pin that comes with to actually put the jack inside of here. So that's what these look like. Now we just got to jump out to the vehicle and get them mounted. All right, so I grabbed the handle off of the jack and I just placed it inside of this bracket like so. There's a shorter section and a longer section. The shorter one has the pad. The longer one is kind of the top of the handle. It's a bit of a tight fit, but it worked out just fine. So I got those in. Now time to actually put in the jack. So before we do this, I would just make sure that these pieces are actually thread through properly. Looks like I kind of missed on this portion here, so thread those through just like so. All right, my desk is not going to like the weight of this, but I'm just going to show you kind of how we go about doing this. So we've got the two straps open, laying open. They go over the top of these bars, and then we're going to set the jack in. Right, just like so. There you go. Now we'll put the strap in just like this through here. pull the strap through the loop, tighten that down. This is kind of the last resort of safety. We'll put this pin through, just like so. And then this as well will strap in like so. There you go. Now our jack is strapped into the bracket. Obviously, got to mount this bracket up to the 4Runner. So that's how we'll do it. And then I still need to figure out a nice way to lock this into place. But I think right here, instead of using this pin, you could use a padlock if you wanted. So we'll check it out, or maybe we use some sort of bike lock. I'm not sure. Just bike lock these loops here to the actual swing out. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, well, that's how you put it in the actual bracket. All right, well, I wanted to show this all being mounted up here. So there are some standard holes in this swing out arm from C4, and so all I did was use some standard holes and drilled some new holes in this CMS bracket. So that's what we got going on here. I tried to have it fit above the swing out so that nothing hits on the lower bumper and also clearances anything when you're off-roading. So turned out pretty sweet. I'll show you the inside and then we'll mount the jack up to it so you can see how that looks. All right, so there's the inside of the swing. You can see I use these standard holes, all these carriage bolt holes on the swing out. The other important thing to note here is the jack handle goes here and here. So you have to make sure that your bolts stay in the middle nicely. So you can see how much kind of sticks over the top of this swing out arm. All little things to consider. All right, so first we've got the handle in here. You split it in half. I don't love how these are digging in to the padding on this. So I'm gonna probably cut these down a little or put some sort of rubber cap over them, but it still does fit. That should be correct. Just like that. There. Let's put this strap in just to hold it. There. This will go up through the... There, just like that. And then hook those hook in, but then also open this, which is what you want. Okay. And then last but not least, we can put that pin in there for locking. For the sake of demonstrations, I'll push it this direction. Just like that. You could also put a padlock right here if you wanted to lock it on. That's what you do, just like that. Sticks out less than the spare. Lots of space on the bumper. Space between the spare tire. Looks good. All right, well, that's gonna be a wrap for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I wanna give a shout out to them for sending me this jack and sending me this single jerry can mount. Unfortunately, how the C4 bumper is set up, I couldn't use this mount, but they sell these single jerry cans as well, and I was really hoping I could use this simultaneously with the jack bracket because that would allow me to still have my water system from Sandy Cats along on trips. So I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to mount that up. If you don't know what I'm talking about this water jug system. A couple of different people have talked about this system now on YouTube at this point. But man, is it absolutely awesome to have pressurized water at camp. And all you need is one jerry can spot to carry that. We'll try and figure out a different way to bring that along on our trips. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to CMS, really appreciate it. They were one of the first I saw to make a bracket for the Badlands jack. Again, I also want to thank Harbor Freight for being a supporter of the channel for all these years. Finally able to kind of mount this jack up on the vehicle in a way that will be super easy to bring it along on off-road trips. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. More content to come. I appreciate the ongoing support. I'll catch you all in the next video.